G'day everyone. Just out one of my favourite little spots here on the Campaspe River between Elmore and Rochester. I've got a line in down here, got some corn on that with just a basic size hook. Hopefully I'll get a carp or something. And on the end of this one, that is a Super Vibrax spinner. Super Vibrax spinner. Try and get a couple of reddies. Let's see how we go. Got him. What is it? Oh, beautiful little redfin. Look at that. Ho ho! What a pretty little fish. Alright, hang on. Oh, look at that beauty. What a ripper. Hey? Big bucket mouth on him. Got a bit of a belly, been eating, eh? Love it. Alright, let's get him unhooked. Oh, what a beautiful little start to spring for me. What a ripper. Alright, I've got a little measuring tape on the side of me right here. Let's see how big he is. And we go from the tail to the top. Oh, 27. Not bad. Alright, let's get the release, eh? Okay, put him in the water over here. There he goes, off in that direction. Haha! You bloody beauty. Alright, let's get another one. That was great. Haha! Oh, it is so good to have the warmer weather here. Let's see if we get another one. That was great. Straight out there. Just had to check I was recording, because that would have been a bummer if I missed that, because I forgot to get a photo. Whoa! Big carp. That's where my bait rod should be, over there. I'm going to move it. Sit that down. I'm going to move this one. Put it in pretty quick so I don't get snagged. Take the bells off. And not a bad cast if I do say so myself. That's exactly where that carp just jumped. Bloody, come on. Got a bit of line twist happening. That's not good. Alright, let's get this, put the bells back on. Straight through, another nice big bit, through the top, about the middle. Don't push too hard or force it because it will rip. That one looks good. Through the yellow bit, past the barb, and that's it. Just leave it like that. Reddy's like yellow today, so it would seem. So I'm going to stick with it. Oh, I lost him. I had another one. Damn. Missed the hook up on that one. Oh, they're on. They're on the chew. I've missed this. Winter was too long. Alright. As you can see, I'm bringing it in pretty quickly, because when they're active, they don't mind chasing. And they are active. I've had one, and I've had another one where I missed the hook up. So I'm hoping there's a big school out there and I can just keep getting them. Wouldn't that be nice? I reckon I ought to follow them. Oh, I missed the hook up again. I'm out of practice. Now I've got the wind coming straight at me from that direction, which means I'm sacrificing quite a bit of cast distance with this light little spinner, but the wind coming this way towards me means it's bringing the food from the top column of the water in this direction. So if there's any fish, they'll know this is where the food's going to pull up. So this is actually the ideal spot for me to be spinning right here. That one caught on the way. Happens to the best of us. There we go. Now you can see that comes down from up there. The bubble trail goes this way, flows down a tiny little creek that's actually quite fast flow over there. And the water actually loops around this way and back, which makes it another good spot for food to gather. So a good spot for fish to feed. I'll show you a trick on the next cast. Especially with these little spinners, you'll find sometimes you go the wind and you don't feel them spinning, and that means they're actually traveling through the water like this, like this. They're not spinning. So what I find is if you get it out there and you're not feeling that resistance on the rod tip as you're winding, give your rod a little tap like that, and quite often that's enough just to get it spinning. I'll demonstrate on this cast. So if I put it out like that, now I'll reel up any slack like that, and before the wind I'll give it a quick jerk, and that will ensure that spinner starts kicking straight away. You can see my rod bend slightly there. Oh, bloody weeds, thought I had another bite. Yeah, the rod tip should bend. I mean, it's only a little, this is a light rod. The rod tip, see there, you've got a little bit of curvature. That's the resistance, because that little spinner's displacing a bit of water, which causes drag on the line, which makes the rod bend, which lets me know that lure is working in the water. Now, any crap caught on, I'll pull that off by hand, like this, because that can prevent the lure from correctly working. Little tap, there we go, got the rod bend there. Another indication that your lure's working is those little ringlets in the water where the line enters. You can see there. Now if you're using this tiny spinner on a heavier class rod or a thicker rod, you won't feel the lure work as much. Oh, see, that stopped spinning because I was caught on that bit of weed there. And because this is such a light spinner, it's only a size 1, don't know the grams on it, wouldn't be much, but that's why I'm keeping the rod tip right down. See, you can see it's only a few inches from the top of the water. That just helps keep my lure a little bit down in the water column. I'll give you an example of what happens if I keep the rod tip up. I could slow the retrieve speed down, but then it doesn't spin as well. But if I keep the rod tip up here, see my spinner out there? He doesn't want to go underwater. But by keeping the rod tip down, I'll just keep it under the surface. If it's coming along the top like that, it's not going to work as intended. So, keep the rod tip down, keeps that spinner underwater out there. Just jumped it off the weeds there again, that's alright. Now I am talking and standing right here. I'm not expecting any fish to be hiding in that weed bed. I think I'm a bit noisy for them. By the time I get to there, unless I see a fish following it, I'm pretty much right to lift it up and get it back out as far as I can again, like that. Now, I did move the carp rod over into the current a little bit more, but if that yields no results as well, I might chuck it over there and more into the backwater on the other side of the current. I'll give it a good 10-15 minutes before I move it though. And if I go a while without another bite, oh, something hit that then. Isn't that funny? I was just saying if I don't have another bite soon, I was going to say I'll change lures, but something hit that while it was sinking, so I'll get it back out there. right about there. It's about a metre to the left of where I was last time, but that's alright. I like to keep the rod at about a 45-degree angle to the line. That just lets me see the rod tip bend. It also allows the rod to flex should I get a strike, which will give me a split second longer to set the hook than if I was winding like this. If I go like that, I've got some flex in the rod, and it will actually assist me in setting the hook. Now, it's not too bad with an inline spinner. They do tend to strike it quite aggressively, and because you're already winding, you'll find quite often that hook will set itself anyway. But as shown earlier in my video, that's not always the case. Sometimes you do have to strike as well, or they'll spit the bugger out again. It's not where I was aiming. Another expert cast. But you don't have to stress. This is the good thing about redfin fishing. They could be there, they could be anywhere. Now if I'm aiming there and it goes over there, I don't lose much because I'm redfin fishing. They could be schooled up anywhere in here. Now if I was targeting yellow belly today, I'd be wanting to aim near structure, like that log there, or over there, or over there, even over there. There's a nice little one over there. You get a couple over there sometimes. But redfin, it can't hurt to span your casts around. There is a big log under the water over there, but that's why I'm not casting next to these weeds, because I quite like this little spinner, and I've only got one. Super Vibrax are one of the best inline spinners on the market. They do cast a bit further than some others because they do have a weight inside the barrel. I'll show you what I mean. Let a bit more line out here. There we go. Now, you've got your blade, part in the middle. This seep thing here is called a clevis. Now, this end, you can see in there, there's a weight. It almost looks like a gear. Now that helps this thing stay solid as a rock. It prevents it from prevents it from bending as much, which can be a problem. If your lures, your inline spinners bend, you'll start to get line twist. But they're a bit heavier than some other inline spinners on the market, so you can cast them a little bit further for the size. Another one of my favourite brands is the Warden's Rooster Tail. But to be honest with you, I have just as much luck on Redfin with a 5-pack of Jarvis Walker Creek spinners. And they're about $10 for 5 at Kmart. And Redfin will be just as happy to hit that as almost any other inline spinner you can think of. So you can do it on a budget, that's not an issue. They do like bright colours though, so that's why I put this bright yellow and red one on today. The water is a bit clearer than usual, so I probably could get away with a more natural coloured one, or in the springtime, black and red inline spinners tend to work well. I think they imitate crickets or beetles in the water. Tend to get a few reddies on the black spinners this time of year, but I don't have any of them on me. Another good colour for redfin is green or orange. I find I have quite a lot of luck with fluoro green, or even a combination of fluoro green and orange together. But the yellow's done the damage so far today, so I'm going to stick with it for now. Now, where am I going to throw it? I said over there, didn't I? Alright. I'll go for that log over there, maybe a couple of metres short and to the left. How's that? I've had some shocking casts today, but that wasn't one of them. That was right where I wanted it. Well, I've caught someone else's tackle.